Alright, John Oakes here with Hankster's Hot Rods here in our Homer City, Pennsylvania location. And today here in our showroom we're going to show you our newest addition to our inventory. And this is going to be this 1971 Chevrolet Nova. Now this Nova here is in fact a real SS 350 Nova. So you're going to see as we walk around the car all of the SS badging both on the front and rear of the car. The SS hood, of course, you can see here with the louvers. And then again the 350 badging and so forth. So it's a real SS. It is numbers matching motor also in this car. So when we get to the engine, we'll lift that hood up and we'll actually show you what that's all about there. But our 71 Nova, as you see it sitting here, is done in a nice bright red exterior paint. The paint's nice, smooth and shiny all the way around. You can see it's got the black pinstripes. I already mentioned that the steel SS hood here with those louvers in the center. And then as far as wheels and tires, now you can see that they did upgrade the wheels and tires slightly on this. It's got a set of Krager GT wheels on it. Now these would be aluminum wheels. They're polished, I believe. These are Cobra Radial GT tires that are on this too on all four corners. Now the wheels themselves, they're 14-inch wheels. As far as the tires go, up front they have 215/70 R14 tires on the front, and then 245/60 R14s out on the back. Tread on all the tires though is in really good shape, so no problems there. As we come back along the side of the car, a few things we can point out. Of course, this car has a lot of bright work on it. It's got the front bumpers, rear bumpers. Now as far as anything we see here along the sides, first of all, we've got the drip rail moldings here on the car. These are bright work here, nice and straight, polished up really well here. The other thing I like to do here is kind of ride my finger through that rain gutter area, make sure that that's nice and smooth through there, and it is. As far as the rest of the bright work here on the side, you can see all the molding here around all the windows here, your quarter window and your driver's side window, as well as the wing window there, also the vent window. It's got the mirror here. This is just on the driver's side, but again the chrome finish on this round mirror here is in good shape. The glass is in good shape too. You can also see it's got the bright work here as far as the rocker panel trim on the car. As I look down across that, it's nice and straight. It's not bent, not wavy, nothing like that at all. Looks in really good condition. Far as your door gaps to the front side and the back side of the door, pretty uniform on this car. Elevations are dead on too, all your body lines. Not that there's a lot of them on this car. It's a nice rounded shape here on the door, but again, all of your body lines that are there visible, everything is matching up. As far as the glass goes, glass is in great shape too. There's no chips or cracks in any of this. Your vent windows in good shape, the moldings around it in good shape. Same thing with the quarter windows and so forth. Now we'll go ahead and open up our door. Take a look at the inside of the car, the interior and so forth. First of all, you can see it's got the all black interior. It is vinyl upholstery. It's got the bucket seats up front with the headrest, black carpeting, black headliner. The door panels, those are black. They do have the little bit of the wood grain trim across those also. The dash in here is factory with all the factory gauges, including the speedo, the clock, and the tach. That's all in that same gauge cluster. Now this car does have an automatic center console, and it does have your gauges in the center console, the battery gauge, fuel gauge, oil pressure, and water temperature. However, the previous owner did put an aftermarket water temperature gauge in there just so he can monitor, the temp a lot more closely. It's got the SS steering wheel in here as well. And again, your carpeting, there's no rips, tears, fading, or anything there. Same thing with the seat upholstery. All of your weather stripping and seals around these doors, everything is all in good condition. There's no rips, tears, in any of it here. All nice and complete the whole way around. Even has your little rubber bump stops here on the doors. So all of that is in good condition. Door shuts super nice and easy too. Doesn't stick out at all when you close it. It closes nice and flush. Quarter panels on the car, nice and straight on those as well. We'll come around to the back side of the car. Again, you've got your bumper back here, nice chrome bumper. Now I'm going to call this out as probably the factory or the original bumper, I should say. Again, it's still in good shape. The chrome's in nice condition on that as well. Again, being that it is probably the original bumper, you can see just a little wee bit of pitting there, but again, probably get in there with good compound and probably shine it up real nice. As I mentioned, it does have the SS badging back here on the tail panel. As we look at the trunk itself, got the Nova script back here. The gaps and elevations on the trunk are really nicely adjusted back here. As far as your moldings go around the rear window, that's nice and straight, nice and shiny the whole way around. Of course, your rear window back here, the glass in that is in good condition too. No chips or cracks there. Slightly tinted, just like the side windows too in the car. Also back here, you can see the exhaust. It pokes through back here. It is a true dual exhaust car. We'll show you more of that from the underside video, but a nice set of round chrome exhaust tips on here to poke out through there just to complete the look back here. Looks really well. Now we'll go ahead and open our trunk lid up and we'll show you the inside of the trunk. So first off, the underside of the trunk lid painted the same red as the rest of the exterior of the car. It does have the full-size spare tire in here on a steel rim. It's got the hold downs there also. It's got a jack in here too. Now this is a scissors jack, but again this would come in handy if you would ever need it. The trunk weather stripping and seal the whole way around, you can see is in really good shape. It's split right here at the center. That's where it meets together at. So again, this is going to seal up really well. You can see even your rain gutters here for your trunk. Those are all in good shape. And the trunk floor itself, incredible condition here. You can see all the drain plugs are installed there. The correct trunk spatter paint used in here. Trunk looks really, really nice on this car. So we'll close that. Again, you can see the seals do, they function correctly there. They are sealing up good. That's why you got to kind of shut the trunk, with a little bit of, effort there so that it just closes. Because again, sometimes fresh seals and so forth, they're a little hard to close your doors, trunks, whatsoever. You did see that the key does work that trunk lock, the latch and everything all function as they should. So here on the passenger side, again, just more of the same stuff. Again, all of our bright work along the side of the car. Those lower body moldings, all of your moldings up here, your drip rail moldings, all the trim around the windows here. Again, all in good shape. You can see your gaps here on the back side and the front side of the passenger's door now. Those are all in good condition. Elevations all match up with the front fender and rear quarter panels. And the glass on this side. Glass is in great shape here. Again, slightly tinted side glass. Windows, as far as the side glass, quarter windows, and vent windows. Now let's open it up from this side. That way we get to see the interior from both sides. And again, as we called out previously before, black vinyl interior, the seat covers, the upholstery, all in great shape. No rips or tears. As far as the carpeting goes, there's no fading, rips or tears there. All seat belts are present in this car, front and rear. And in the package tray, you've got a set of speakers back there. So again, all of that is in good shape. Even the dash across the top, there's no splits or cracks in any of that. It's in really good shape. Again, that door shuts nice and easy too. As we come towards the front, we'll just point out just the matching 350 emblems here, the black pinstripe down the side. And that gets us back around here to the front of the car. Now again, I'm going to call these bumpers probably the original bumpers for the car, but still in really good condition. You've got your grill area here with the SS emblems here right in the center. Of course, our headlights here, these are your traditional sealed beam headlights. So highs and lows right here in one unit. Glass lenses in good condition too. Of course, you got your marker lights here. Those are in great shape. Those amber lenses, no cracks or chips or anything in those. As I mentioned here earlier, got the steel SS hood there with the louvers in it. That is one of the crucial things to making this car an SS, along with the numbers match motor. The glass in this car, as far as the windshield, you can see that's in great shape, no chips or cracks there. And again, the molding around the windshield in great shape. And again, a nice set of classic style windshield wipers for the car. Now we'll go ahead and open our hood up, and then we can talk about the engine and the rest of the driveline here. So with the hood opened up, you can see the underside of the hood's painted the same color as the exterior of the car. All the hood insulation you can see is all intact where it should be. The hood compartment, or the engine compartment I should say, all painted black just like it should be too, including the firewall. And then of course we'll get to the engine. Now again, as I mentioned, as far as we started off there, this is a numbers match 350 cubic inch motor. Again, these only came in the SS, so again, you're sure that this is the correct motor, being numbers match, and it is an SS car. Now on our motor here, you can see it's got a chrome Summit air cleaner with a, it's like a K&N style, actually it's a Spectre reusable air filter element in there. As far as the carburetor, that is a Edelbrock AVS. It's a single feed carburetor. Those carburetors are great. It's sitting on top of an Edelbrock aluminum intake. Of course, it's got a set of chrome valve covers there too with breathers, and it's got a set of long tube headers. I mentioned the dual exhaust there, so it starts off there. It's got a dual set of what I believe are probably Flowmaster mufflers. If they're not Flowmasters, then they are really close as far as the looks, performance, and style of the Flowmaster, and that would be the exhaust for this car. Now it is a power brake car and power steering car. It's disc up front, drums out on the back. The radiator there, you can see it's just your stock style radiator, complete with the shroud, and it looks to be a 6-blade aluminum flex light fan blade there. So that'll straighten out as you're driving it to eliminate rotating mass and just keep everything nice and cool for you. As far as the ignition, it has been upgraded to an HEI ignition there also. It's got a set of Taylor 8mm plug wires, so that's going to help to deliver a little better spark to that engine there. And again, with having the Edelbrock aluminum intake and the AVS carburetor, that's going to give you better fuel delivery too. So all in all, motor should perform really well for you. Now, all right, so we have our 71 Nova here up on the rack. We're going to go through this underside here just as we do everything. Show you exactly what we have here for steering, suspension, drive line, frame and floors, all that stuff. And then we'll go ahead and get it down off the lift, fired up for you. So starting here at the front, again, stock cross member here, looks to be in great condition here, nice and straight, doesn't look like it's ever been hit on anything. As far as the control arms here for the suspension, stock components here. So you got your stock stamped steel components for your upper A-arms and your lower control arms. Now this particular car here, it does have a sway bar on it. Frame bushings here, those are in good shape. Sway bar end links, those are in good condition too. All the ball joints on everything, those all look to be in really good shape too. As far as the steering goes on this car, it is power steering. You can see the drag link here, Pitman arm and so forth, all look good. The tie rods, all the ball joints, all the little rubber dust boot covers, those are all intact, so it keeps all that grease in and the dirt and debris out away from it, so that those last a lot longer. Everything looks nice and straight here, in good condition. As far as braking, it is a power brake car as well. Disc brakes is what you'll find up on the front of this car, and then of course the drum brakes on the back, complete with the parking brake, all hooked up and functional underneath here. Now as far as the driveline, we'll move in and we'll go over that right now next. So this is a numbers match 350 cubic inch small block Chevrolet engine, backed up with a turbo 350 automatic transmission. And then on the back of the car we have a GM 12 bolt rear end It is, looks like a 410 gear in that. So again, that's going to get this motor up and humming pretty quick for you. Now, as far as the engine oil pan and the transmission pan, you've got this nice chrome oil pan for the motor. No leaks or drips that I see around that. Same thing goes for that transmission pan. Nice and dry all the way around. Transmission even has the flywheel and torque converter cover here, the plastic cover. That's going to help prevent anything from coming up, possibly taking a tooth off of that flywheel. As far as the transmission, again at the back of it here, your rear output seal where your slip yoke slides into it at, that is nice and dry all around there as well. Your drive shaft, it's going to be a balanced unit here. That's going to help eliminate a lot of vibration in your drive line. And as I mentioned already, you've got that 12-bolt rear with the 410 gear. Now, as far as the rear suspension goes, this car has the multi-leaf rear suspension along with a set of air shocks here too. Again, very easy to adjust your ride height with these just by simply using an air hose to it. And then also it's got the sway bar back here too. So again, all of your mounting locations and so forth for the sway bar, all of that is in good shape. I already mentioned the rear drum brakes with the e-brake all hooked up. You'll see all your cables all run underneath the car, so it is a functional emergency brake. As far as the fuel tank, while we're back here, fuel tank's in great shape. No dents or dings whatsoever. Painted underneath here black to match with everything from the underside of the car. All your straps and hardware, those are in good shape too. As I look back here, I also see this car does have an electric fuel pump on it as well. So that's going to get the fuel from the tank up to your carburetor a lot more efficiently here on this car. Now, as far as the frame and the floors in particular, the frame itself nice and straight. Again, it's a subframe car, so you only have the frame that comes back all, just about halfway back here. Again, nice and straight down both sides. No dents or dings whatsoever, nice and square. As far as the rear sections here, your dog leg sections up over top of the rear end, same thing, those all look to be in good shape. The floors, again, you can see I don't see any patching here, no holes cut in the floor except for where the transmission is. It looks like they made some space for the automatic transmission to get the shifter in there. But again, all is done good and well. There's really not a lot of undercoating here, just very little bit, probably factory stuff here. Other than that, it's just been, sprayed black underneath here. All of your fuel lines and brake lines are run nice and neat right along the side of your pinch welds here on either side of the car. You can see all the bracing for the floors. Those are all intact too. And then as far as the exhaust, that's the other thing that we see underneath here. It is a dual exhaust starting up here at the motor with a set of long tube headers. Dual exhaust all the way back to your, looks like a set of probably Flowmaster style mufflers. I don't see a name brand on them. It might be rotated up around to the top side, but nonetheless it looks like a set of Flowmaster mufflers with a correct set of tailpipes that goes up over top of the rear end housing and then exits out the rear of the car right underneath the rear bumper with a nice set of chrome exhaust tips there, which are all welded onto the exhaust.